Hi everyone, I'm Emmylou and I've come back from Canada. Didn't get time to do any YouTube videos in Canada because there was just no time. But I'm going to show you at some point the bears that I drew because it was really cool. I saw a close-up bear and it was amazing. I just want to let you know that I'm drawing a boat today. It's going to be like the Titanic floating. I'm really interested in drawing objects at the moment. Well, not at the moment because I drew them in the past, but these are some books that I drew and painted. I love doing books. Then I did a necklace that reminds me a little bit of Titanic because she dropped it in the ocean. And then jelly. This was quite tricky to do, but it was really fun to make it look like it was shiny. And it was kind of just like jelly, really. Not really shiny, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And then we've got the shoes. Like I said before, I've turned these into cards, so people buy them. So this is like a really good thing for christening. So let's get on with the session. So we need, if you've got it, watercolour pencils and oil pastels are good. Oil pastels and watercolour pencil. If you don't have that, it's not the end of the world. Just trying to find... Thought I was prepared. Trying to find a pen. So you need a pencil, paper, and oil pastels and watercolour pencils. But if you haven't got watercolour pencils or pastels, that's fine. We'll just colour it in whatever. So the first thing you need to do is decide where you want your C. So I'm going to have my C. Hang on there. I'm going to have my C kind of there. And you can get quite creative with the C. You can just do a wobbly line. It might look like grass, but you could just do a straight line. It's up to you. But I quite like to do a bit of a wobbly line. Wobbly. So you've got your wobbly line. And then what I need you to do is think about how big you want your boat. So I'm going to do mine. It's not really a boat, it's a ship, my one. So right at the end, just touch that line and go up. So just go up. You can go up quite a lot if you like, but I'm going to go up probably the size of your finger, depending on how big your finger is. And then on the other side of the paper, we're going to go. So this is like the base of the ship. All I have to do now, so easy, is just da-da-da-da-da-da. It's a little bit like, I don't know why it reminds me of a banana, but it's not straight, it's a little bit curvy. It doesn't have to be curvy, but it was quite cool. And then from there, you're going to touch there, but you're not going to press down, you're going to float over till you get to about there and just do a line. This is going to be a very simple ship, just to let you know. It's not, you know, very detailed because I haven't got that long to show you all the bits and bobs. Then you're going to go across and then down. Then we're going to do another one. So you're going to touch the corner of that, go down, across, down. You're only going to go down for a bit this one because the next thing is going to go all the way out and then it sounds like a plane when I do that. And then just from that angle you're going to go la 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 up. If you can't do that, ultimately just think of shapes. They're just rectangles. It doesn't matter if it's a bit wobbly because I just jogged myself, but it doesn't matter if it's a bit wobbly. So as long as you've got rectangles, you could even join that one up there. And then all you need to do is put the windows in. There's one tiny little thing you need to add now before we put the windows. Just touch that bit there. And like a roof of a house, you're going to go up and then you're going to go down. And then just where it meets the top, you're going to do a line. So once you've done that, mine's definitely wobbly, but that is fine. That is fine. And then you're going to do windows. Now, these are very simple. They're just circular nautical windows. Nautical just means themed from the sea kind of thing. But you could do little square windows. You could literally take forever. I used to love as a child just drawing lots of detail. I used to get cardboard boxes and make houses out of them and just draw loads of windows on them. So yeah, just carry on doing all your windows. Here, you can just do another line there if you like, and just do more windows. Windows really are square or rectangle or round, but as you can see I'm kind of rushing mine, so I'm getting them a bit wobbly. So you've got all the windows. And then we want these really cool, got to get them right, they're like chimneys, I think they're called chimneys on a boat, on a ship. So we're going to go across, up. And then you're going to leave a little gap and you're going to go, and on the top of that, you're just going to make it like a rainbow. So you're going to do 4 of those, but it's all the way down. So what I normally do is I plan it out. So I just go, this is my guideline. So I'll do that guideline with a very thin line. And that means next one is going to be like that. And the next one is like that. So it just goes up to here, and you've got, I'll just go the top, the rainbow, rainbow, in case you get a bit confused. So the next one, you'd be like, okay, I've got a gap, I'm going to go down, down, and then you do your rainbow. So now we can just, you can decorate it however you like, because it looks quite nice to just go mad with the, you know, I can't think of the word today. You want to do some awesome smoke, like, I like to just make it look a little bit fluffy. You can do it like that if you like, but it doesn't really have the same effect, I think. So just, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, it's just like clouds. I think that looks quite cool. So just have a go at making them come out of the funnel of that bit there, the chimney of the ship. And then you're going to do, there's one last thing, I mean, as I say, this is simple ship. On the last bit of that bit there, which reminds me of a carrot now, you're just going to do a little line. It's quite light, you don't have to press too hard. And then you're going to just do, I think I need to go sailing or something so I know what everything's called. But you're going to do lines going down. That's just part of the ship. And then you could just do a line there. There's a couple of lines on this ship, so you can just add little lines. But I'm going to keep it, as I say, simple is best right now. So what I want to do is I'm going to get, where am I? Oh man. Okay. These are oil pastels. I nearly forgot. This is not. This is oil pastels. These are oil pastels and I love them. They're like just my favourite thing. They're quite tricky to use sometimes because it can be quite tiring, but I'm going to do the water in oil pastel. So you can get like 2 different blues. If you haven't got oil pastel, use anything. But it's nice to make different colours with the water because you don't want to just do blue. It's nice to have different colours. So for instance, I'm going to do a bit of green, bit of blue, bit of light blue. Think about the sea, the ocean. Think about how there's so many different colours in there. It's not just blue. You've got green. Sometimes you've got even a bit of purples, and you've got some reds. A bit like a Claude Monet painting, if you know what Claude Monet painted. If not, maybe have a look at his work. Probably done it in school, I should think. So once you've gone along the whole of the sea, and it doesn't have to go down to the paper, it could just be a little bit like there. You're going to get your one little finger, and you're going to, this might be hard if you're small, but you could get someone to help you with this. Your finger has to be warm, and it's quite warm in this room today, so that's awesome. So you're just going to smudge away, blend. Right, once you've got it all how you want it, because it looks really cool because it has movement in it. It's really nice. And your finger ends up being messy. So I haven't got my apron on. Just remembered. So you need an apron. You need an apron. I don't know if you desperately need an apron if you're at home, but it's quite nice to protect yourself. So now I'm going to take the watercolour pencils. The reason why I did that oil is because when I put the water on it, it just doesn't matter, it repels, it goes away from the oil pastel, so it doesn't really ruin it. So I'm going to take a black, look at this, how cool is this? I love new art stuff. So I'm going to take a black watercolour pencil, and I can't remember what's black and what's white. So I'm just going to guess, because why not? and I'm going to just colour. I'm not going to colour the whole thing. I'm going to colour the top and the middle. It's almost like I'm colouring in a tube. A painting, sorry. It's making no sense right now. All I mean is you're going to colour around the edges. I'm doing it very messy, so if you could do it neater, that would be awesome. Then the other part, I'm going to take a grey, which clearly has gone missing. I think my brother quite likes using my pencils, which is always nice, isn't it? If he loses them. So then we're going to have brown. Doesn't have to be, it could be a white or a grey. I think a grey is nice, but as I say, I've lost my grey. Now, it's a bit of a shame actually, because the ship, I'm going to do grey. So to make something grey, you don't need to have a grey, and you don't need, if you want it white, because the ship's white. So to make it look white and realistic, you have to either get a grey or a black. And you just want to, if you're using watercolour pencils, you just want to colour in the line. So all the lines that you drew, colour them in grey or black. If it's a black, then obviously do it a bit, not too chunky, because it will look really dark. I'm doing the mine really fast, remember, so don't rush your one. And the smoke's grey as well. Like, it's obviously more whitey grey, but you're going to colour these bits. I'm not going to do all of them, because otherwise I'll be there probably till Christmas. And then you want to get a paintbrush and water. That's all you need, water and a paintbrush. And you're going to do this, it's going to look really cool. First you're going to touch, and it's going to drip, but I love the drip look. Now this turns into grey now, so I've got a lot of black on mine, which is always good, isn't it? So you want to keep most of it white, but you're going over the watercolour. So the watercolour's on the edges, remember? So you keep dipping it in the water. I do this thing that's kind of strange. I take it out of the water and I do that, which doesn't always work. But you want to get rid of some of the water when you put it on. So I'm not going over everything. Some of it's still white, and you can colour in the windows. You can even put people in the windows. That looks so lovely. Obviously it's so far away, you don't really need to, but it'd be kind of cool if you had someone waving. Or so these now become lighter in the middle, so they look cylindrical. And you've got to sort of mix it up a little bit. As I say, you're going to do yours neater. And then, trying to show you as I do it. And it's really nice to just smudge away. Now the good thing about the boat, or the ship, sorry, is if you can see, I'm putting water on here. Like if I was to put really dirty water on here, it's okay, because it's oil. And oil doesn't mix with water, so you can just rub it off. It's really nice to sort of do that. Okay, and then, so you want quite thick paper. This isn't that thick, but if you want to make it look like a nice finished drawing, you could get a bit of thick paper. If your parents probably know about thick paper, you could get 200 GSMs, pretty cool. And your parents will know what that means. Okay, unless you're an adult and you're doing this. And then you probably know what it means. Okay, pencil, so black pencil or a grey. I like to finish things off by going over everything. Then water, and you're just going to draw over the lines. You're not smudging, you're just drawing over the lines. So it's very simple, but there's your ship, and obviously, if you've got time, which you probably will, you could easily colour in the sky behind it, and you could have an amazing sunset. Like you could literally do a red and a blue and various other things behind the boat. That would look behind the ship. That would look really, really cool. It just takes a bit of time. So there we have it. There we have your ship that's similar to the Titanic, but not quite. I like to not finish the edges of the picture, so you could just do a little bit and just not do the edges if you like. I love to leave a bit of white here and there, and obviously the water would continue. So yes, share and like if you like this video, and then also make up your own thing if you like. You could do lots of different boats in the water. You could do a sailing boat. It's sort of endless what you could do, and you can create different colours as well. So yeah, like my page and subscribe, and I will see you in October. Ooh, I could do a spooky thing maybe, something really cool. Okay, speak to you soon and enjoy your drawing.